Hi, Mark Slade from Keller Williams, and this is another real estate market trend analysis with a focus specifically on units on the market this year versus last year and total sales year to date this year versus last year. For the overall tracking of these communities, which we call the bedroom communities in New York City, we're seeing that inventory levels are down still 25%. And that is a significant number in the sense that means we have less units to sell this year versus we did last year at the same time. At the same time, year-to-date unit sales are up almost the same amount at 24%. So it's a very healthy market for us in terms of supply and demand. And the trick here is that we're still seeing a shift towards sellers, with sellers having a little bit more of an advantage when inventory is down and buyer activity is still high. So the communities that stand out for the #1 increase in unit sales year-to-date, that would be Chatham Borough at 146 units this year-to-date. Last year at the same time, it was only 88 units, and that is a 66% increase across the board. That is huge. And then looking at inventory levels across the board, Maplewood ranks with the biggest decrease in units versus last year, where we only have 60 units active on the market versus 125 units on the market at the same time last year. And this analysis is bringing us through the end of October across the board. Livingston down 21% in inventory, up 21% in sales. Maplewood down 52% in inventory, up 25% in sales. Milburn and Short Hills combined down 19% in inventory, up 26% in sales. South Orange down 25% in inventory, up 22% in sales. West Orange down 24% in inventory, up 12% in sale units. Berkeley Heights down 41% in inventory and up 50% in unit sales. New Providence, that's one of the closest we have to last year. They're only down 7% in inventory, and yet they're still up 40% in unit sales. Springfield down 13% in inventory, up 16% in sales. Summit down 31% in inventory, up 13% in sales. Chatham Borough, as we discussed earlier, down 42% in inventory, up 66% in units sold year to date. And let me correct that. Chatham Borough is the only town, that actually has an increase in inventory this time versus the same time last year. I apologize, at a 42% increase. Chatham Township, on the other hand, inventory is down 3%, sales are up 21%, and lastly, Madison down 26% in inventory, up 32% in sales. There is no better time to sell your home. Normally I would tell people to wait until the spring market, but I have to tell you, with inventory levels being as low as they are, it's a very compelling argument for getting your home on the market now, because we can work with statistics we do know, which is inventory down, sale units up, and inventory rate and mortgage rates still down. Thank you again, Mark Slade, Keller Williams, 917-797-5059.